Okay, Asia session live. Got the Asia scanner all set up. Lots of signal days today. Continuations, breakouts, range setups, reversal setups, continuations. Lots of things moving, but came into the market at 7 a.m. and I saw that everything had, or most pairs had already kind of gapped over the weekend. Um, and so all these setups are all invalid at the moment. I need to wait for pullbacks. Everything's already gone. I'm not going to take a breakout from down low. I do want to see a pullback. Core pairs, gold, Nikkei, and GJ. Nikkei completed the move that I was waiting for, or below that daily breakout level. I was waiting for a fake out of the previous day high, and that's a breakout continuation. So price broke out, it came back up, broke out of that previous high, and then got up to that breakout level. So this is a counter trend breakout. Most counter trend breakouts want to go right back to that breakout level. Very small range, so not really tradable for me unless you go to the 1 minute or something. But I was looking for sells. I wanted that fake out of the high, turn this into a breakout continuation. And when it does that, it tells me that the peak is not locked in. And you can see that Nikkei has completed the move that I was waiting for. I attempted that move here. Fake out appears to high. Didn't work out, but it did work out on this one. So right now, Nikkei has broken out, breakout continuation, got below the previous day low. So it's no longer a breakout reversal. It's going to continue on down. So this is a trend breakout. So trend breakouts go right back to the beginning here. Now I'm looking for a retracement, and I'm back inside of a range. Yep. So the market always moves the same way. It always moves in this sort of cycle, and if it continues, if it fakes out the low, then this creates a peak, and then getting below above that breakout level, that's a swing point. But right now, that swing point is not locked in; it's still continuing on. So I'm back to the beginning, and I'll be looking for a pullback. So that's what's happening on all the pairs right now. Actually, I'm waiting for everything has already broken out, and so I'm just looking for a pullback. So the one that I'm focused on right now. Um, Let me have a quick look at these ones. I think I saw GBP NZD and GBP AUD. Just getting back to their charts, so I did not see that it started to pull back like this. What I saw, it was just continuing up, so there's no way for me to get in at this point. I'm not going to go from a high to higher. It's way too high up. Um, might go for a pullback, but I was actually waiting on EJ. Um, Out of all the yen pairs, EJ and GJ are the only ones that started by pulling back up, and then EJ faked out the H1 high. Could have taken this entry. This M15 flipped that last M15 bullish, got back in sync with the H1. H1 faked out the H1 high, so this allows me to get an early entry. But I did not. I was actually waiting for price to come back up and fake out that high. So I missed that entry. So now I'm waiting for some pullback. I always prefer if the high gets faked out, especially when I'm trading Asia on a Monday. I don't need to be too aggressive, but I would see this as a valid entry. Um, yeah. So now I'm just waiting for a pullback. Hold on. So on the 1 hour, we have a nice strong breakout followed by a bullish fake out. So let me drop down to lower time frames here. So when I trade the 1 hour bar, I'm trading it on the 1 minute. So all my setups start with that breakout. So right now on the 1 hour, my setups are completely fractal. They work on every single time frame. I'm looking for a continuation with this bar pattern breakout, followed by a bullish fake out. What I want to see is a fake out of the previous day, in this case, H1, previous H1 high, which is way down here. This is too close to these fake out levels. So now that we're in breakout of the H1 high, H1 traders are in breakout. What I want to see is a fake out of the M15. So this is why I have a alert here. In order for me to reverse this H1 breakout, I need a lower time frame fake out. And that's why I am going to be looking at this M15. I want to see that M15 high get faked out, lower time frames reverse before higher time frames. And if I see that fake out, then I'll attempt this move to complete the move all the way down to low of the day. One thing I didn't like about this is that we are close to that month breakout low. And so this is a little bit concerning that we're so close to it. We did not touch it, but I don't mind giving this one a shot. Hold on. So right now, H1 traders are in breakout. On the 10 seconds, I trade the M15. And so right now, what I can see is that we are in breakout on the M15. And if for me to take a 1 bar reversal on that M15, this is what I want to be looking at. Breakout of the previous low, which on the M15 is an M5. I want it to be underneath that breakout level. I think this is a bit too high. I would actually prefer price to come up and fake this out in order for me to take this down. So yeah, just waiting for this. And let's see if this continues. So I'm going to be looking for a fake out at the top here. That this would be a breakout reversal on the M15. We're breaking out of that previous M15 high. And then if we get fake out of the high, this is a breakout reversal. So these are always going to be the most aggressive entries, but this gives you the best risk to reward. Second place I'm looking to take entries are at that false breakout. These are confirmed entries, and then getting below the low, below that breakout level at the trend reversal, that is a safe entry. So 3 places I'm looking to take trades. One here, faking out here, flipping this M15 breakout level, and getting below the M15 low. So the 10 seconds looks pretty intimidating when you watch the charts like this, but essentially my eyes are just focused on these 3 points. So let's see what happens here. I would much prefer price to come up, fake this high for me to continue the move down, but I'm also okay if we get below this M15 low. Since the flip of the breakout level is so close to that M15 low, I might as well just wait. 5 minutes until the M15 closes as well. If it closes like this, it'll be an inside bar. If there's an inside bar, I extend the previous bars, highs and lows. And at this point, this is when I would expect price to come up and fake out the high. So I'm actually kind of hoping that it closes as an inside bar because it tells me that my entry is going to be up here. Okay, so nothing for me to do now. I'm just going to sit and wait and let's see what happens. Going to be scalping some moves here. So I'm going to drop down even further. So we got the 1 minute, 10 seconds, and 5 seconds. And then on the other chart over here, I got the 50-minute daily H1. I don't need to see this, just so I can easily flip back and forth. Okay, M15 close inside bar. So this is exactly what I wanted to see. This tells me that I know that my trade is going to be at the top over here, right? And you can see on the indicator, it automatically extends those lines. So if you've purchased the indicator, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It automatically creates that range. And so I'm waiting for price to come up and fake out the high over here. And that's it. So if it doesn't do that, there's no trade. I don't want to be trading inside of a range. And if it breaks out below, it's a little bit too, well, actually it's not too bad. Still plenty of room down below, but too many wicks here. Yeah, could still take a breakout from down below, but I would much rather it come up, especially on Monday. Like I said, plenty of time to take some trades. Don't need to be too aggressive. The other thing is every bar, if you look at all the bars, I've said this quite a lot, every bar has top wicks and bottom wicks, or most of them have top wicks and bottom wicks. So that usually tells me that if you get in too close to the closing time, you're going to find yourself in drawdown at some point in the next bar. And that's also true for the monthly. So the monthly just closed. Well, it gapped down, so maybe that doesn't apply today. But what I was going to say is that if you get in too close to the closing time of the monthly, at some point in the next month, you're going to find yourself in drawdown as well. So I do expect a bit of a pullback. So yeah, so let's see what happens. I do want this to come up. I don't want to be taking, I'd rather not take a breakout from down below. Yeah, what a nasty gap. Did they all gap? Just flipping through the pairs. Just want to see how things are moving, if I'm missing something. So Asia pairs for me are over here. Okay. Yeah. So all these are invalid for me. The entry was, I don't think there was any entry for any of them. Okay. So I'm still just going to wait. I need to get out of this range. Okay. My Asia session's done. 11:45, 15 minutes to that 1 hour bar. I'm not going to be taking any trades. So I'm just going to set my alert here, the no hype alert. So this lets me know whenever there's a trigger bar or a trigger of one of the levels. So I'm just going to set this, create, and I'll know whenever there's going to be an entry, and I'll come back. Okay, we got above that range, but I think the timing is off. I'm already done off session here. Means that I only want to trade when there's two markets open at the same time, or I'd rather trade when there's two markets at the same time. So if I don't trade when there's two markets at the same time, that's when the best, most volume is. So that's when I want to be trading. But if I don't have that, I'm at least going to be waiting for these larger time frame bars. So I'll be waiting until this H8 bar closes, and I'll see if I have some sort of entry on this one. And that's it. If I don't get an entry here on the H1 and probably in the next 1.5 hours or so, then I'm going to be waiting until London Open. But I do want to get in as high as I can and hold on to my position down to at least the low of the day. Okay, so that's my thought process right now. I just have to wait. I would like to see this close as a breakout above this range. This range continues to exist until there's an M15 breakout bar that closes outside of this range. If I get that closure outside of the range, then this range no longer exists and there'll be a smoother move. Otherwise, there's always this possibility that I'll just get stuck in there. So, so not going to take any trades until the H8 bar closes in 30 minutes. So I'll have another look in 30 minutes and then we'll see. Okay, the H8 just closed in breakout. Still inside of range here on the M15. What I want to see now, when we have the H8 pushing down, breakout levels all pushing down, peak bias all pushing down, I want to see a trend retracement setup on the H8. It's a continuation setup. I want to see a fake out of the H2 high to take this down. So my setups are completely fractal. If I'm trading the H8 bar, I want to be trading that H2 for momentum. So I trade the H8 bar in the 5-minute. These are the levels here. Previous H8 high, previous H8 low were below the H8 breakout level, and the H2 high actually is triggering it right now. So this is a possible time where I could take it down. I actually would prefer up here, so I have to be a little bit careful about this. I'm going to be waiting until price rolls over. So in the case of this M5, I want to see it get below the M30 breakout level, and this allows me to enter, but I really would rather see it come up here and fake out the high. But let's see what happens. If it can get below this M30, then I'll go for it. So I'll set a target here is let me know, alert. This will let me know if it starts to set up for me. Otherwise, I just want to wait for it to come up. So this, I'm trading the H8 bar here, and I use the H2 as momentum. So in 2 hours, that's going to be 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is London Open. So it actually lines up pretty nicely to have a trade at London. So I might just wait for that. So I'm definitely going to wait. I can immediately see that we're in a range here on H2. The indicator tells me that we have a range on the current time frame inside bar, and this dotted line is a range. And we also have a range on the higher time frames, H4 range high, this yellow line. So I don't like to be trading in ranges, so I'd rather be waiting for price to come up. So if it actually gets up here, everything lines up really nicely. It'll be at London Open. It triggers that previous H8 high underneath the breakout level. It'll get out of this range, or at least at the edge of the range. So I think I'm just going to wait for London Open. Not going to try this one. This is off session anyways. I wouldn't mind if it gave me a better setup. If I have a perfect setup, I would definitely take it at this time because of we just opened up at the H8. But I think since we're in a range here, I'm not going to be attempting this move. I'm just going to wait for London. I got the London scanner all set up. Um, it's the start of the new H8, so everything gets reset. But starting London session soon. So Asia session done. Didn't take any trades. Now I'll be waiting for London.